Hi Aries, welcome to your year ahead forecast with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It is an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like, share or subscribe button. I just recently hit 30,000 and I am so super grateful because it is you guys that made it happen. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and happy new year to you. May 2019 bring you all of the blessings and the joy and the wondrous events that you need in order to grow from the soul outward. So with that said, I would like to bless all of my decks with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what 2019 has in store for you, Aries. So we're going to be doing these in similar format to the weekly readings. So the destiny and direction for January 2019. So straight away, what you start off the year with is the Wheel of Fortune. This is beautiful. What an energy to start the year off on. So you get the Wheel of Fortune. This is about synchronicity, and it's effectively saying to me that not only is 2019 going to be a really blessed year for you, it's going to be a year of luck. It's going to be a year where you just seem to kind of run into the coincidences that you need at just the right time. Also, for a lot of you Aries, I feel like January, and especially the year overall, is going to be a time where you will be traveling, you will be moving around, you will be going places, you will be doing things, you'll be getting out there in some way, shape or form. So let's have a look at what the context of that might be, or the best way to achieve it. But yeah, there's definitely movement happening for you guys in January. You're moving, you're going places, and you're expanding your horizons. You're going to places, you know, and you'll be having experience that really broaden your mind and really help you kind of get this thought behind you that actually it really is about how big you can dream it, how big you can make it in here and in here, and by doing so you can really start to build it out there. Really exciting. So to back that up, you've got the Six of Cups. For those of you that have been wishing to take a walk down memory lane, for those of you that have been wishing that somebody would come back into your life, or some situation would come back into your life, it looks like January you could be getting your wish. And I say that because you've got the Six of Cups here. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is a blessing, synchronicities, it's travel, it's going places. The Six of Cups then builds on that and takes you down memory lane. It takes you into your past in some way. It brings happy memories and good times back into your life. But for some of you, I really feel this relates to a person. It's like you're wishing that somebody would come back into your life. You're wishing that somebody would be there, you know, that used to be there for you in your life. So really exciting way to start the year off. I mean, brilliant cards as well. The Six of Cups ultimately is a really happy card, and you know, the Wheel of Fortune is about blessings in, you know, not even blessings in disguise, just blessings. So February, you get the Fool card. Beautiful. So it's interesting because to build on that, it looks like February brings you more surprises, but these are surprises that kind of, you know, they help you build the things that you want. I kind of feel like by February, a lot of you will have moved as well. I don't know why, but I just really get this sense. You know, I said that we were talking about travel. I said that we were talking about going down memory lane. For some of you, it looks like you may well be going back to a place that you used to live in. But for February, it's almost like the person that's treading memory lane is different now. So you may have left as one person, but you're going back as a completely different person. So while you may have gone full cycle back to a place that you used to know, the person that arrives there is a completely different person to the person that's left. And February brings you some sort of happy surprise. It brings you some kind of not even wish fulfillment. It brings you something or someone that really just kind of opens your eyes in some way. That's what I feel from this, because the Fool card is about, you know, surprises. It's about, you know, things that you can't anticipate, new places, new people, new things. you know, and you've had all of this travel. So February looks, oh, and you've got the Three of Wands there as well. Absolutely beautiful. So to back this up then, the Three of Wands with the Fool card is basically saying you will be looking to expand your vision this year. You will be looking to expand and build on everything that you already have. For some of you, like I said, this is living in a new place. For some of you, this is, you know, moving abroad and living with somebody that lives, you know, at a distance from you or overseas. February is the month if you want to do any speculative gambling, if you want to play on the stock market, if you, you know, because you've got the Fool card there, which is the surprise. You've got the three of Wands there, which is the expansion of growth, expansion of vision, but also it's the windfall. So February is the month to play the lottery every single week. February is the month to invest on something. February is to go for the loan to build the house. All of those kind of things, you know, they can really build up and shape up for you in February, and that is absolutely beautiful. So March, coming into birthday season, the Hierophant. So the Hierophant sees you putting the finishing touches on something. It sees you making something more official. And I kind of feel as well for you in March, especially with, you know, coming into your birthday season, this is very much about you establishing yourself or establishing something in your life. It looks like you will be tying up or dealing with legal matters, and it looks like you may well, you know, if you are building a house or you're moving house, you know, March is going to be the time where things start to finalize. It's also where the sale will be made or where the purchase will be confirmed. It's that kind of energy for you. So let's see what backs that up. Beautiful. March looks like a month of real stability as well, you know, with the Hierophant there. And to back it up, we've got the Sun card. If you're selling, you'll get the asking price or more, whatever you're selling, but especially if it's a home. If you're buying, you will get, you know, if you put in a cheeky offer, you will be accepted. The Sun card is beautiful, and with the Hierophant there, it says that people want to help you. People in big and high and the right places want to help you, want to facilitate what you need, what you want in your life, to shape up for you. The Sun card is absolutely beautiful, and it adds power and strength to everything that comes up. So wonderful. So let's have a look at April. Again, for those of you that are late Arians, happy birthday. So you got the Hanged Man. So April is going to be a time of stillness and patience. April is going to be a time where you need to hang fire. This is not the month, you know, you've had 3 sort of trailblazing months, and, you know, April is basically saying to you, take a rest. And it looks like you'll be getting more reflective and more spiritual on things. It's kind of like once everything completes, once everything goes through, you can then take a moment and go, okay, wow, look at everything that I've achieved. Wow, look at everything that I've managed to do with my time, to do with my life. Look at everything I've managed to build. This is, you know, it's a good month for that, and it's time for you really to take it easy. It's time for you to, you know, take a step back, if you like, and just observe and admire everything that you've managed to build. So to back that up or to build on it, you have the Justice card. Yeah, so really reflecting over your decisions. April will see you deeply reflective, and it will see you you know, March will definitely be where things are accepted and finalized. You know, it may well be that then April, the final paperwork and the final signatures and finishing touches are put on it. For some of you, you'll be getting married in April. And this isn't just about, you know, oh, we're just getting married. For a lot of you, you know, whether you, especially if you've been dating someone for a long time, this is where the engagement happens. If you have been engaged for a long time, April will be when you get married. It looks like marriage is big on the cards for April for all Aries energy. And the really interesting thing is here, the feeling that I get from it is this isn't just about a physical or a legal union. This is about a spiritual union as well. This is about, you know, finding somebody that really makes you tick, and finding somebody that really makes you, you know, for somebody that you really click with. But yeah, I can definitely say, although, you know, you've got this marriage energy going on there, it feels like April is a bit more of a, not necessarily somber, but I think it's definitely a slower month for you. You know, April's definitely a month where you're more about taking stock and more about enjoying the things that you've managed to build and create. So in May, you get the Magician card. So once you've had your break, you're then bam, straight out of the gate. It looks like you're actually creating some sort of work, because in May, when you get the Magician card, this is about your communication. It's about how you're communicating with the world, but also how you're communicating with the universe. And this very much, for me, feels like what is basically taking place is you are being given, it's like you're being given a platform. You're being given a platform to speak. You're being given space or a domain. You know, for some of you, this will be about creating that website finally. You know, May is when it starts to take shape for you. May is when you really start to see your efforts come into something and people really start to pay attention to what you're saying, to what you're doing. You know, it could be as well that you have some mysterious benefactors come forward, you know, in some way. And that's kind of how it feels to me as well, almost like somebody approaches you and says, oh, you know, I've got somebody that's interested in investing in you or with you, but you don't necessarily get to see who they are. Kind of like Charlie's Angels, you know, there's that mysterious person that you kind of work with or for that is, you know, in some way a benefactor or a contributor. But you might not necessarily rub shoulders with them. But yeah, for website launches, May looks absolutely brilliant for you know, getting your message out there. If it's a book, if it's another book, if it's anything like that, May looks like a really good month for it. So to back that up, you get the King of Pentacles. I told you it was a mysterious benefactor of some sort. So who is the King of Pentacles? You've got an earth sign male, Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus, somebody that is strong, sturdy, steady, dependable, hardworking, somebody that knows how to do the numbers and number crunch. You know, this is the King of Pentacles, always knows his stuff. You know, he absolutely does. He crosses his T's, he dots his I's, he is focused on the money. Very often though, the King of Pentacles doesn't have a plan B. You know, it's plan A and plan A will work. So maybe that's one thing that you might need to watch out for, especially if you're working with somebody who is a mysterious benefactor. You just want to be sure that you're able to keep your own creative control, is what I'm hearing and feeling from this. But with the King of Pentacles, this is definitely, you know, there's a success happening here. There is, you know, you being noticed and understood to be a master of your art or a very skilled worker of your craft, whatever it is. And that's wonderful, you know, but definitely websites, definitely big messages getting out there and people wanting to work with you. So that is lovely. So June, you get the Judgment card. So blast from the past happening in June, you know, things, or rather people actually coming back into the fold. And it kind of feels to me like this is going to be, and it was, you know, it's always our choice. We always have a choice, whatever the situation, even when it seems like the choices are impossible. We might not necessarily like the options we have, but we always have a choice. You have somebody coming back into your life in June, and it's going to be up to you whether you let them in or not. And I kind of feel like this relates to you. It's almost like something that relates to your heart. It's almost like something that relates to a deep core part of you. And this is something that you worked very hard to let go of. That's the feeling that I get from the Judgment card. Let's see what the clarifier says. The Ace of Wands. So this is interesting. For some of you, this is about an idea that you've put off and you brought back, and you put off and you brought back, and you put off and you brought back. And it's kind of like you can't put it off any longer. It's calling out for you, you know, this launch of a website or a book or something that is communicative in nature. You know, and then in June, you're not going to be able to ignore this anymore. You're not going to be able to, for some of you, like I said, you know, this is relating to your heart. It's also about your passion. Because the Ace of Wands is emotive, it's creative, it's art, books, music, dance, but it's passion and fire and sex and sensuality. But it's the kind of sex and sensuality that's light and bright. You know, not like the Scorpio stuff that's deep and intense. And And the interesting thing is, like I said, I feel that this is about your heart. It's almost like you're missing somebody. You're missing the times that you have had with somebody. And I kind of feel like you'll have one of two options. For some of you, this will be about somebody coming back into the fold, and they will be saying, look, you know what, do you want to give it another shot? For others of you, you will be seeking that out. But what is evident here with the Judgment card, and especially the Ace of Wands, which is always a card of deep action, if you are reaching out to somebody, it's not going to be enough to send a text message. You are going to need to be in front of them to show them how truly sincere you are. And that is the key to this. If you want somebody back in June, sincerity. They need to know that you are honest and you are sincere, especially with the Judgment and the Ace of Wands there. You know, and like I said, for all of you in some way, shape or form, there's some kind of project or, you know, some kind of work that you put on hold for a long time, and it's like you pick it up and you put it down, and you pick it up and you put it down. It's calling out for release. Get it done and get it out there. July, the Star card, beautiful. So this is opportunity, and it's hope, and it's abundance, and it's finally feeling like you have settled among people that actually that get you, that are on your wavelength. And it kind of says to me as well that something in July shapes up, some big opportunity lands in your lap, and this opportunity, if you run with it, if you choose to invest your time in it, can be something that has really far ripples out into the rest of your life. Because the Star card always talks very much about long periods of time, like 17 to 21 years in the future. So this is always a far-reaching ripple, something that you do today that carries on for the next 17 to 20 years of your life. But it's also that opportunity, it's a glimpse, it's some sort of hope or wish, and it's granted. And ultimately this is about trust. And I kind of feel like the month of July, you'll be working out not only who you can trust, but you'll be working out and understanding how much you trust yourself, and and what that actually means to you and for you. And to back that up, you get the Death card. So this is about letting go. This is about really moving beyond something, and the Death card is about transformation. So with the Star card there and this big sort of, opportunity landing in your lap, and it's like, whoa, that can become that. What you're going to have to ask yourself is who or what, whether it's an aspect of self, whether it's a partner, whether it's a friend, whether it's a group of friends, whether it's family members or your family in general. You're going to come to the understanding in July that something needs to either evolve or it needs to be let go. It's not going to be something that you can carry with you or carry forward any longer. And you will come to understand what that is. So July looks like a great month for transformation. It also looks like a great month for change. Like really changing your environment, but especially changing your social circle to fit the person that you're becoming. So in August, you get the Sun card. Beautiful. 2 Sun cards. Lovely. We love it. We love it. We love it. So August is a blessed month, after the real sort of soul searching and not necessarily ditching, but these look like sort of June and July look like months where you might not struggle, but they'll be a bit more challenging. There'll be months where you really have to dig a little deeper and go further to understand what is actually happening and what's shaping up for you. Whereas August, with the Sun card there, is light, it's bright, it's fun. August, the height of summer, and you get the Sun card. Have fun in August. Have so much fun. Go out, meet people, greet people, get in touch with people, and just enjoy the time that you have, because August looks absolutely stunning. And with the Queen of Cups, this is time to get together, whether you're male or female. Get together with your girlfriends, invite women into your life, listen to them, because they'll have lots of insight and knowledge to deliver you. The Queen of Cups is a water sign female, so she would be a Pisces, a Cancer or a Scorpio. and she's warm and emotive and motherly and friendly and intuitive and open, and she gives really, really good insight because she's totally in touch with her feelings. So that's her as a person. When it's an archetype of self, this is basically saying that, you know, your emotions are coming to the fore, but you're starting to really understand them and really understand how they can actually be a force for good, but also how they can be a power pack. How when you're really in touch with your emotions and you rule them instead of them ruling you, you can do amazing things. And it also says, if this person isn't already a part of your life, this person, and interesting because I'm going to go into something else here as well, she's bright, she's warm, she's like sunshine. This person will be light-haired, you know, light-eyed, you know, very almost like pale skin. The way that I'm seeing her, she looks like almost like a white shining goddess. This is somebody really, really bright. Interestingly enough though, this person is likely to be a Scorpio. You know, and we were saying about the depth and the intensity and in control of her feelings. Women are beneficial for you in the month of August 2019. They have a lot to share with you. They have a lot of ability to help you do the soul searching that you need to do, you know, and to give you the kind of wisdom and insight that you'll be seeking at that time. So September, you get the Horned One, so the Devil card. So September is not a time for you to give in to your baseless desires. I kind of feel like it's almost like August, you have this great time and, you know, there's fun and frolics and enjoyment and laughter and mirth and probably a lot of drinking. And September's kind of saying, right, okay, you've had your summer, you've had your time of enjoyment. It's time for you to really kind of rein it back now, because I kind of feel like you'll have this amazing time, you know, and even with this, with the Death card and the Scorpio, the Death card and the Star card, you know, even still, that's actually enjoyment and fun, and it's opportunities to do things that might be a bit different and a bit taboo as well. But also, you know, you've then got August, which is total fun and frolics and just, you know, going wild. But the Horned One, or the Devil card in September, is basically saying now it's time to rein it in. Now is the time to get back to work. Now is the time to get back to the grind. Now is the time for you to be a bit more discerning about your frivolities. Okay, and then to clarify, we have the Moon card. So it's interesting because, you know, the Moon card is about the past. It's about our inner psyche, about our subconscious, about sometimes it's about the little lies that we tell ourselves as well. You're going to need to think about what you're addicted to. You're going to need to think about what you are tied to, and more importantly, where are you telling yourself fibs? September is a time for you to rein it back. September is a time for you to, if you can, you know, totally sober, no drinking, none of that stuff, you know, just no escapism. September is time to get back to work. So, you know, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. September is not a time for, you know, you'll have this amazing summer, you've got some wonderful months here taking place. I mean, the whole year looks really quite positive, to be fair. There's a few challenges for sure, but, you know, it's more about internal challenges really than external ones. October, you get the Hermit card. So yeah, you're going deep into yourself in October, and you're really starting to ask yourself the bigger questions. Right, I've had this amazing year, all these amazing things have happened for me, all these completions have taken place for me, so what is there now? What is the deeper meaning? What is the deeper understanding of everything that has taken place up until now? And you will be going on a quest. For some of you, I kind of feel like you'll be going on some kind of retreat in October. You know, and it's not going to be enough for you to say like, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to go down to the beach for a day or whatever. This is about you literally taking time, like a whole weekend. And when I say a weekend, I mean like a long weekend. So a Thursday through Monday where you go somewhere to literally switch off, you know, off the back of this September as well. Because you'll be, you know, September's going to bring you some realizations about, you know, what is taking up too much mental energy and in a negative stance. And so therefore October is going to see you seeking to cleanse that, to get it out, to say, right, okay, that's not the experience that I want or need, so how do I transmute it? To back that up, you get the High Priestess. So very, very psychic. You are very, very intuitive in October. You are really deeply into your spirituality. You're really deeply into your intuition, your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams in October, because they will be speaking up and they will be speaking loud. You are very, very psychic in the month of October, and also there'll be some hidden things revealed, and it looks like, especially with the Hermit card there, you'll be learning some stuff that you would only be able to learn through meditation, through dreams, through intuitions, through feelings. It looks like you stumble upon some universal secrets, and I always say to people, when you get that kind of information, you know, through spiritual or, you know, psychic means, they are for you and for you only. You do not share them. And the reason you do not share them is because they've been given to you when you were in a pure state, enough, open enough to receive that, you know, those secrets that the universe is entrusting you with. So October, take a retreat, go somewhere that takes you out of your comfort zone, that tests and pushes you in a spiritual manner. November, the Strength card. So you're really into and thinking about your physical body and your physical health in November. You're really paying attention to that. November as well, you're really asking yourself, what is my heart's desire? Now that I've discovered some of these now that I've discovered some of these universal wisdoms and secrets, how has my perspective on life, on my goals, on my wants, on my needs shifted? And you're really starting to ask yourself again, you know, no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, you're asking yourself, okay, what is my heart's desire now in response and relation to what I now know about the world, about the universe, about myself? How am I different? How have my wants, my needs changed? How have I evolved at a soul and especially at a heart level? You know, and I believe that the two are linked anyway. So to clarify, you got the Knight of Cups. Interesting, because it looks like there's going to be an offer of some kind that comes in November. You know, and this is going to, because the Knight of Cups is usually a declaration of love, but it's also, you know, it's somebody offering you something and saying, look, you know what, I'd like you to be a part of this, or actually I'd like to be a part of your life. It can be any, you know, anything in that scope, and even broader. And it looks like, you know, somebody might be offering you alternative therapy. That could definitely be a possibility. But also, it looks like a young person or young people are giving you different perspectives on life, which is absolutely wonderful. You know, really allow that energy to come through. And also, because it's the Strength card, which represents the sign of Leo, and then you've got the Knight of Cups. This is basically, you know, saying, like I said, you know, your point of reference for everything has changed. But also, when things are offered to you, be discerning about what they, you know, about what they actually mean to you. You know, and this is effectively, I guess, what it's really asking you is, at a heart and soul level, are you refusing something for the right reason, or are you accepting something for the right reason? You know, it's almost like once you have this kind of spiritual revelation, you'll be really a lot more selective about what you do tie yourself to and what you do sort of allow into your personal space, like especially in your heart space. And then finally, December, you get the Justice card. So you'll be pleased to know you survived the whole year with no Tower cards, which is lovely. So in December, you are making a final decision, you know, and interesting because it's right at the end of the year. You've had this amazing year, this, you know, this big sort of broad, expansive year where there's been lots of movement, lots of change on an internal level. And then December, you're saying to yourself, right, okay, well, what does this mean to me? Because the Justice card, which has come up twice for you, by the way, represents Libra, which is your direct opposite in the zodiac. And when we see our direct opposite, this is asking us about different aspects of us, because, you know, your direct opposite in the zodiac is an aspect of you that you need to develop, you know, or that you may have already developed, and you're now living the opposite expression or vibration because you've done the other part. So in December, you're kind of looking at things from a more balanced perspective. You're asking, okay, what is next? How do I do things differently now? You know, you've, like I said, you've had these psychic and spiritual revelations. You're being more discerning about what's coming to you, about your offer. And it looks like November, the offer will come. December, you will make the decision. December, you will make the choice. And to back that up, you have not really a clarifying card. You have the Two of Swords, which basically tells you to trust your intuition. And it also says that you know, this psychic awareness that becomes heightened in October will carry on with you. It will be something that you take on with you now for the rest of, it looks like, not even just for the rest of the next year, 2020, but also for the rest of your life, which is really powerful stuff. You know, the Two of Swords, if there is a Libra or a Libran in your midst, I would definitely say that they can be trusted, but obviously listen to your intuition first and foremost, because that will speak in volumes. So this is a great year. There's lots of amazing things happening here. So finally, to clarify, what is your key for the year? What is the overarching or overriding message that you need to know for 2019? And you get the Hierophant card. And the Hierophant card popped up for you in March, you know, when something truly wonderful and truly spectacular shapes up for you. And the Hierophant says it's about becoming more official, but also it's about being more established in who you are, more established in your own gifts, more established in your own understanding of the world, of people, of the way that things work. The Hierophant card effectively sees you working with, for, or possibly against, but I don't really feel that, governing bodies. You know, so the establishment, the status quo, and it looks like your personal status and status quo is changing. Aries, I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. If you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And if you feel like this video has benefited you or helped you in some way, shape or form, please send us a donation. We would be eternally grateful for it. Thank you so much and take care.